Welcome back, Screamers, to another episode of Scream Kingz. I'm your host, TaMon, hanging out with some of my favorite people in the entire world, the Scream Kingz, and a special guest, Sylvester. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. All right. Again, I'm TaMon, and you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, X, Instagram, all the social media threads. And make sure you subscribe and follow and all that good things. And I'm here with Sylvester. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I am Sylvester Barzy. I am a horror and fantasy author, mostly known for my zombie series, Planet Dead. I have a book this time. Look at that. And you can find me on all social media as Sylvester Barzy or at Sylvester Barzy. Yeah, there you
go. Okay. And the question of the day is, what makes a great zombie film?
For me, it's got to be like the gore and just the surviving the hopelessness of it all. Just that one person against everything and overcoming it. That's for, and definitely gore. I need like a lot of blood.
All right. I am Michael, aka the King of Chaos. You can find me on, I'm calling it Twix because it's X and Twitter, so whatever. And my handle's at ThackReBanks86. You can find me on People Under the Scales podcast with Bobby below. And I would say one thing that would make a zombie movie for me is an intentional or an unintentional saboteur for the group. So somebody has to do something that just fucks up everybody's plans.
Yeah, somebody that's missing. Mm-hmm. Gotta have it. You gotta have it.
All right, and I am Bobby Torres with a Z, not an S. You can find me on People Under the Scales, Bobby Likes the Spooky, and obviously Bobby Torres on X and Threads and all that fun stuff. And for me, what makes a great zombie movie, pretty much what everybody's saying, but also just the suspense. I like the adrenaline in the build-up. I always remember Dawn of the Dead remake. That beginning just got me It just had my adrenaline running in the very first act of that movie. So suspense overall for me.
Bathtub.
Yeah.
Bathtub.
Bathtub.
Marco Estes. You can find me at X or whatever social media platform, across the board. I downloaded TikTok this past weekend, have not did anything with it.
You on TikTok? Okay. I'm gonna find you. I'm send you all the videos.
I haven't I haven't done anything with it yet, but I'm just debating. But the first thing about a zombie movie that I like is I want a zombie movie that adds something to the canon and doesn't repeat itself. Something new, something fresh, something that can, be memorable and not a $5 bin, movie that you find at Walmart that is just horrible. But that's just me.
Hold up. There's some good
sometimes
stuff
that big
out of the...
Thank you. Sometimes there's some good digs in the trash.
No,
okay.
No. I mean, it's some good digs. The fact. Wait a minute. I'm talking about like those somebody just went in the backyard and did a movie or something like that. Or should I probably to the film? So
I've seen a few of those. They be having good posters, and I go play it, and I'm just like, I got. That's what happened.
Yeah. Not an iPhone film, but not even a new iPhone. I'm talking about like an iPhone 9. They didn't even have one of those.
We shouldn't discourage them. Y'all go out there and make your movies with your
iPhones. Yeah, absolutely. For me, I always like the motive, the cause of it.
Like, make your movie just out of
Is it a spill? Is it like a spill? Is it like there are people just returning back from the dead? Is it an experiment? Like I like to know that stuff. That makes a good zombie movie for me. Like when they explain the cause of it. Resident Evil. Shocking, right? Resident Evil is one of those that Umbrella Corporation is just like the worst. Mm-hmm. So I like that.
I don't understand how they still in business. Like
I have a comment, but I don't know if we'll get flagged for it. So never mind.
No, I want to know.
See, I can't. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
As everyone knows, we have a drinking game, but today is going to have a little mystery behind it. Anytime you see the word zombie, Sylvester here, our special guest, will assign 1, 2, or all of us to have a drink.
Okay.
Since zombies going to be said so many times tonight, I thought this would be a fair way to make sure that we are all safe and sound of mind.
Keep it cute,
Wait.
Sylvester.
I'm your favorite.
Yeah.
Remember. Okay, so let's just kick it off. Our zombie story.
Okay. All right. Well, you could all drink right now. Just start it off.
Thank you.
There
That's
you go.
Tradition. Cheers,
Yeah,
fellas.
start it off, all of y'all. Oh, this is too much power. I like it.
Look how he's sitting in his chair.
Yeah.
All right, so
You can
ours.
always use me.
Perfect. You heard that. So our zombie story. What that means for us is that we're gonna create a story right now, and we're gonna add on it, and it's gonna be our little zombie situation, starting with King Mark, the Wise.
Okay,
30
so we're
seconds.
all going.
Damn.
Okay, all five of us are going to an amusement park. Probably something like, not know those cheap amusement parks, but like the traveling ones, but something like Universal Studios, or even better, the Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh, ooh,
Love
sponsor it. Yeah, sponsor it. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And we can go. We're doing our thing. We go through a zombie themed, what they call them, maze, and then we split up. It'll be just me, Bobby, and TaMon, and Michael and Sylvester. Go their separate ways, and I'm gonna slide it over to Bobby.
No.
You still got time, hon.
Keep it
That
moving.
30 seconds?
That ain't no 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's no way.
You ready? I stopped it so you could. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Yeah,
Oh wait,
that's right.
no, Mark. Mark still has time, unless you're reclaiming
Oh,
your
no.
time.
Go ahead, Mark.
Go on, Mark. You got that. That's a whole minute, though.
Yeah, come on, Mark.
So
is that 1 minute?
basically we are, me, Bobby, and TaMon are walking through the maze, and we see somebody getting attacked, and we go, ha ha ha. Their blood looks very realistic. Their gore looks very realistic and stuff. And we keep on merry way, even though the person's
Thank you.
reaching for us.
You say.
Next question. No, Bobby. So far, we are just me, you, and Mark are walking on, minding our business, and a fake out blood attack. Go.
Okay, so we see a fake out blood attack. We are laughing, ha ha ha. But then one of the people turn up and then start charging at one of us. Mark throws his bag of treats at this fucking thing. I don't know why I said bag of treats, but bag of treats or whatever. We start booking it. We run to Michael and Sylvester to let them know what the fuck is going on. We don't know if it's real or fake or whatever. But Mike said, "Fuck this, we getting on this Ferris wheel." I waited the whole time to get on this Ferris wheel, so we gonna get on this motherfucking Ferris wheel. So he said, "All right, bitch. Well, if the zombie's gonna come and get you." So us three, we run into, this is a dumb decision, but we're gonna run into this like fun house or whatever. And then that's where we see all like the little black lights and the crazy lights and stuff going on and the mirrors and all that. And we start seeing people looking like they're transforming and shit like that, and like just charging, but we don't know if it's real or not because we see the mirrors. We don't know which way it's coming from. So we're following Mark because he's the leader. He's familiar with this fun house because he's been here before. So we're running through the fun house and we get out to the other end. And I still got more time. Okay.
This is not 30 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. This is way more than 30 seconds.
Wait,
That's
is
all I
it me and
got.
Sylvester at the wheel going to the Ferris wheel?
Yeah, I guess
y'all-
we on the Ferris wheel. It's all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we
y'all
on
in
the-
line. Wait. Y'all waiting in the line for the Ferris wheel. Y'all not on it yet.
Okay, so we're waiting in line at the Ferris wheel, and then they shut down the line, so we are no longer able to get on the rides. So now we're trying to find TaMon, Mark, and Bobby. So we go over to the little funhouse area. They come running out, screaming and shit. People are flooding out, some bloody, some not. Some people growling, some people moaning. So since we all are understanding what's going on now, we realized ain't no weapons here at no fucking amusement park. So we're trying to get to the exit. However, that is now blocked by more zombies coming inward. So the only thing we can think of is let's go to the food court in the little game section where they got that little hammer and we can get some knives or something. So we go to the food court. We hole up in the food. God damn, it's still time. We go to the food court. We hole up with some knives and some mallets and shit. We're hiding in, letting everybody die because we're not saving nobody because we don't know none of them up in there. And Jesus Christ. So now we are trying to figure out what our next plan will be. Some woman comes in, one of the food prep workers walks inside and grabs TaMon by the neck.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wait, is it convenient? Is it convenient?
Okay, we go stop.
After you get grabbed, thank you.
Thank you. I didn't do that. Feel free to start anywhere else in the story that you would like, by the way.
I mean, we all in the food court. So we're all in food court. You just got yoked up by this random woman, and I'm gonna give you some time. You flip her over, and then we decide we're we hear sirens because I mean it's a big old Ferris wheel thing. People are dying. I'm pretty sure the cops will show up sooner or later, depending what kind of neighborhood we're in. And they start pulling up. The zombies get their attention pulled to the police officers. They stop directing towards us. We take our little mallet, our knives. Yeah.
It was just getting good.
I know. I almost was like. Okay, so we take our mallet and our knives and actually start to, as they go towards the police, start to kill them from behind, and we start taking them out one by one, and then they start to notice that things are happening behind them, but half of them come towards us, and the other half goes to the police. One grabs Mark and bites his neck.
Bitch.
I scream.
Said I scream.
I scream. Bobby and Mark and Sylvester are still fighting, but I notice it, and so me and Mark have our moment where he's bit after I kill the zombie that bit him, and then I kill Mark.
Wow.
Yeah, then I kill Mark. Then after that, another zombie comes, and then he grabs Mike by the throat. And he grabs Mike by the throat, and then bites him in his shoulder. And
Bobby
then another
tricked.
one, and then another zombie comes up with Michael and bites him on his other shoulder. And then Sylvester kills both of them.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, so Michael is bleeding out, and then to be continued.
Okay.
He was gonna let anybody get out.
Yeah, I was working my way. Bobby, you were next.
It's very convenient that you're the only you.
I know the last person. He the last person killing off everybody.
Action scene.
Yeah.
I did get an action scene. I didn't write those for myself. I just read the script. I had an action scene. I screamed. Bobby was about to have some fun. Bobby, newsflash, he wasn't gonna die.
Okay.
I was about to be like from dusk till dawn and help everybody till I turned. I was about to just die.
See, I didn't kill you. I only killed Mark. But that's because I just felt like he would want me to do that if he turned, right? Like Mark. Okay.
No.
You didn't even talk to him. As soon as he got bit, you killed the other one.
Right.
I saw him got bit. I screamed. I killed the zombie. He was bit. I was like, well, bitch.
We don't know if it's 28 days later. Shit going on right now.
And we won't find out.
I mean, to be real, we ain't even really established if they were real zombies. This could have all been part of the show.
Well, if I kill my friend, oh, you know what? If I just kill my friend, then we have a sequel coming. We have a nice slasher, Sorority Row. Prank gone wrong.
Mhm.
Speaking of surviving zombie.
Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Yes. Zombie apocalypse. And
Now you,
attacks.
Bobby.
Oh,
Go ahead.
damn. Okay.
We took a little quiz to determine what our survival rate would be in a zombie
Everybody,
apocalypse.
everybody drink. Let's go.
Damn, can I follow this one?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right, so let's see. Starting with Michael. Of course.
You want me to read it? You're gonna...
Yes, no, you got it.
You survived for a while, but couldn't make it to the end. Hey, before you get all sad about not making it, you put up a good fight while it lasted, but this ugly apocalyptic world was not meant for everybody. You ran out the little last bit of fight you had left in you, but you sure as hell survived longer than most, so take that as a win. I do take that as a win because
I take that as a win too. Are we talking about years? Are we talking about weeks? Like, what is the span of this?
At a point, I'm like, what's the point? Shit. What the hell?
True.
So I agree with this.
Walking Dead, give me a season. Next, Next person. Oh, damn, me.
Oh, damn.
Damn, you did.
You have a nerve to be killing off people in this story.
I was upset. Damn, you didn't make it. Wow, you were one of the first ones to be eaten by a zombie. You were just a bit too soft to outrun the zombie horde, which is so unfortunate because you were such a great addition to the group. I know.
Spot on. Spot on.
Oh, fuck you, Mark.
Your screams would draw them all to
To be fair, that is probably what will happen. Yeah.
All right, that's me.
Oh, please.
All right.
How many times you retook this? Hold on.
I took it once, thank you. Congrats, you survived because you're the strongest leader everybody needed. It's no wonder why a badass like you survived through this. Hell, you might even be running the world with the excellent leadership and thinking skills you possess. If it wasn't for your brains, you would not have made it this far. Let me tell you, your people are lucky to have you as their leader.
What the
This is
fuck did
all
I
making
select?
sense. This is all making sense. This is why he don't like Donna in From. This is all making sense now.
Because I'm a real leader. I know what it takes to lead people.
Hold up, I haven't started.
She's a carbon copy leader, paper leader.
Yeah, you lead those empty houses in the city.
Be quiet, TaMon. You're dead.
I'm dead.
Pretty much the same as Mike. I don't think I have to read this one. I almost survived, just like
we died together, y'all.
But we died together. Yeah, side by side, we got this.
Oh,
same thing with Mark.
Not a mass suicide. Not a murder suicide.
TaMon screamed out as fucked up. He died first, but they started afterwards.
I was definitely
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Mark,
and then Sylvester locked us out the damn house and let us get eaten up.
And that's how you survive, okay?
Damn.
Something's wrong.
Okay, what's his name? What was his name? From Walking Dead.
Oh, the Reverend or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, see, like it didn't say I was the leader of this group. It just said I was gonna be the leader.
You're Negan.
You gotta survive the league.
Speaking of surviving, Sylvester, you remember the Hell Seat where you traveled to this place and was
where you set me up? I feel like this is all a setup too. You're trying to tarnish my zombie name right now. Sure, it's gonna be quick.
Well, you're about to go there with me and Mark. Giddy up. And welcome to the Hell Seat, Sylvester.
Yes, where we'll talk about zombies. You both can
Maybe.
drink now. Go ahead, drink.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. Mhm. King Mark the Wise. Would you like to start first?
Okay. Since we just left our story and we saw our results on who will survive and whatnot, I'm interested in what would be your first move in the zombie apocalypse. I think we've talked about this before on Midnight Social Distortion,
Mhm.
but I want everybody here on Scream Kingz to hear your answer. What would be your first action as a survivor in the apocalypse? Like, what would be your first like what would be your first move as soon as the shit hit the fan?
If it's by myself, I'm just gone. I'm not holding off in this house. I'm gonna go become Negan. That's true.
I
That's
told
just-
you. I told you. Absolutely. My question: which final girl do you think would survive a zombie apocalypse, and why?
Geraldine from
Okay.
Geraldine from
Okay.
Demon Knight.
Yeah. Okay.
Because she survived that night, she definitely gonna survive the zombie apocalypse. She good. She good.
That's a good
I
choice.
would have pulled in Sydney, but like I
That's
don't know if
also a
Sydney
great
ready. Yeah, I don't know if Sydney's ready though, but I know a lot of people around here are gonna die.
Yeah.
Is it a slight shade?
Wait. I
Is it
was
a slight
commending you
shade?
at first, and then you just threw in a negative, disparaging remark
First of all,
about my Sydney.
I love Sydney Prescott. I
Thank
love Sydney
you.
Prescott.
Thank
She
you.
is the final girl.
Yes.
But we ain't gonna lie and be like everybody around her be safe. No, when she is
Damn.
the Grim Reaper when she come into town. Like
That's for those people who can't get with it. You got to be able to get out that room. You got to be able to close that door. You got to be able to shut the time. If you can't do that, you're dead. So
Sydney show up, the phone rings, you already know what's about to go down. Like
everybody like, let me pack my bag.
Mhm.
All
Going
right.
on vacation.
Mark, your question.
Okay, so this is gonna be more of your author career.
It's about me.
What inspired you to create Catherine Briggs?
Oh, so Catherine is just like she's my final girl. She's my Sarah Connor. She's just a badass that I wanted to just shape my own final girl. I wanted to throw this woman into this situation and have her overcome it. I didn't want the kind of final girls where it's like, oh, she grows into being a badass from the
Alice.
situation. Yeah. I want her to just be there from the get-go and just ready to do. What was that Alice comment? What's going on?
You said yes to it already, so you're doing great. Keep going. We'll edit that part out.
Yeah, so Catherine's just she's definitely my Sarah Connor. She's got her leather jacket, she's got a shotgun, and she's ready to save the day. She risked her life for a lot of people a little too much sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but you found family and whatnot. That's what you have to do.
That's how it works.
Mhm.
That's exactly how that works. Okay, my question is, if you had 10 seconds to pitch a storyline to Viola Davis, what would it be starting now? You can take 10 seconds to collect yourself, but your pitch is in 10 seconds. 10, 9.
Okay, I think I'm gonna make Viola Davis the Briggs boys' mom, and I think we're gonna just have the whole Briggs family in Savannah surviving the zombie outbreak, and then we're gonna end with how the Briggs boys began when mom got turned, and then she breaks through the window and goes after the boys. So I think that's going to be it. Just they're going to hold down the whole community, and just that's going to lead into the Planet Dead universe. So
Okay.
I think she'd be a good mom. I
think
wanted
so
her to
too.
be Catherine, but some people are like, oh, she's too old to be Catherine. I'll age up everybody if she want to be in it for real, but it's fine. I'm good with it. It don't bother me. But if she wants to play Mama Briggs, that's good too.
Yeah, I'll save this for your next question, but I want to know who Catherine is. But we'll talk about that next. Mark.
Okay, my next question is, what would you do if the zombies, let's say it was a zombie apocalypse? I don't know if you want to
Go
think
on,
about it.
TaMon. Go drink. Go.
Thank you. I don't
Mark.
So what if it's not a normal, outbreak, and it's something that the dead are not what you expect? Like, you think you're going to go into this, you're like, oh, just shoot them in the head, and then you shoot them in the head, and then you realize we have a return of the living dead situation. What would you do then?
Throw the plan out the window. Like, I feel like you need to throw the plan out the window to begin with, because like, we don't, if the zombie apocalypse happened now, like, we have no idea if it's really going to be like The Walking Dead. That could just be setting you up for failure. They could be like reincarnated because there's demons inside of them or something. So like, yeah, if you do your first headshot and they get back up, just throw that shit out the window. We're not paying attention to movies no more. And our main thing is to create distance between us right now, because we're gonna have to trap one to figure out how they die first. So that's gonna be my main thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If your blood could cure a zombie apocalypse, but you would have to die for it to happen, would you do it?
TaMon, drink. You came in real like serious.
Yeah.
If my blood could cure the zombie apocalypse, and okay, so that's like The Last of Us. You gonna have to, I'm gonna need like a little tutorial or meeting. I need some actual proof that this is gonna happen, because I don't want to go sacrifice myself and you can be like, oh damn, the lab experiment, we messed up the numbers.
Not orientation.
Yeah, I need a little orientation. I need a presentation. I need somebody to be like, yeah, so we're gonna, and first of all, if you're gonna take my blood, why I gotta die? Can't you just take my blood?
No, we need everything. We need bone marrow. We need everything. We need every type of thing. Yeah,
there you go, clone me.
We don't have that yet.
but you can take all my bone marrow and save everybody. Nah, this sounds like you here to kill me. That's all. I don't know what I did to you.
We're Umbrella. I'm telling you, we need your blood. Yeah.
How many questions is so far, TaMon? I've lost
2
track.
each.
We've had 2 each. You sure?
Mm-hmm.
How many questions is it supposed to be?
5.
Oh damn.
I'm sorry. Anyway, next question. Let's say you run into one of your favorite authors in a zombie apocalypse. Who would it be?
I
want to ask this to TaMon too, but go ahead.
This is a good question. Like, I'm gonna throw Stephen King in there, because I want to ask him a few questions, and if he does not answer them properly, I could sacrifice him to a zombie. So I'm gonna take Stephen King. I love his work, but I want to know a few things about them N bombs and whatnot that he be dropping. That's a few questions.
My follow up to that is this person already a zombie that I want to meet, or in an apocalypse?
Question. Either or.
Okay, if they're already a zombie, it would be Emily Dickinson, because I love her work. I have like 2 of her collections.
Zombie Emily Dickinson.
Pride and Prejudice.
a small town. It said mountain, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna say a
Mhm.
seaside town. Like, which one would you rather be stuck in as soon as stuff hit the fan? Because you said earlier that you would go start off
Yeah.
a bit house, but let's say you're on a vacation, let's say you're on a business trip, let's say you're on a book tour, and stuff just hits the fan. Where you want to be at?
I think a seaside town would be nice because they're like nice little small towns, and I love seafood, so I got all this access to it. I'm gonna go with seaside town. I don't want to be in the city when it happens. That's a death wish. I ain't gonna do that. But seaside town, yeah, have me some lobster rolls. That sounds good.
No, I mean boats are there, so that's a fun way to leave.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead, but we know how that happened when they. But anyway, yeah. So, okay. Last question.
Hmm.
The first step in surviving the undead is to understand them. What do zombies want more than anything else? To drink blood, to eat human flesh, or to become human again?
I feel like they want to feel something, and they probably have a desire to be human or be alive again, and that's why they feed on you because it makes them feel alive inside. So it's a combination of the two, flesh
like that.
and to be human. Yep.
Well, surprisingly, you survived, Kelsey. You answered all of the questions.
Thank you.
But you are a survivor. I forgot with the quiz.
Yeah.
And so right now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We're going to come back and talk about more zombies.
All right. Go ahead, Mark. You can drink. I've been picking on him too much.
It's fine. I'm good.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, make sure. Am I muted? No, great. Killer Card Game is one of the a fun game, a cool game that you can play with your friends. It's like a big murder mystery, but everybody's almost a killer because you can kill anyone at any time. So it's super dope. Check them out. They love us, blah blah, and all that good jazz. Let's tip into Zombies 101, the history of
Okay,
zombies.
Bobby and Michael. Since we said it twice, you guys were missing for that, so you get your drink on.
Does anyone know the first zombie film?
Ooh.
First.
Yeah.
I know it's old.
Is it
White Zombie?
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, White Zombie. There you go.
Yeah, 1932, White Zombie was unofficially but officially the first zombie movie. All right, Mark, you got a present for that. I don't know what it is, but that was great. And then in the 1940s, I Walked with the Zombie. And this one was, from what I'm reading and understanding, the folklore behind that one, because I haven't seen that one, is inspired by Haitian folklore. So that sounds like it could be really interesting. So I think I'm going to check that one out. It's the 1940s, and I have a thing about the quality of certain films that I can't watch. So we'll see how it looks. We'll see.
What? You just be like, this too old.
Oh God! Don't VHS me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Zombies have been around from video games to books to, of course, movies, and I think in the last maybe 20 years in television. What are some of the zombie television shows that sort of stand out to y'all? Besides the obvious.
Z Nation.
Dead Set.
Dead Set.
Is that Netflix?
It's
No,
on Netflix
well,
now. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was on Channel 4. I can go into the. I mean, was it Channel 4? Or was it E4? I don't know. If you want, I can do a whole history of that, but somebody else go.
Well, let's hear about Z Nation first.
Oh, Z Nation is fire. I love Z Nation. Z Nation is an episodic zombie show with what is it? Lieutenant Warren. So we got a black leader and everything. We started off with a white one, but he got 86 a few episodes in. And then we get Lieutenant Warren. It's just a group trying to take this dude who has the zombie virus and potential cure in him to California to save the world. And then it just kind of spirals out from there. So it's an amazing show. It took a while for Walking Dead to really represent Black people, and Z Nation just started it with the ground running. So
I remember Walking Dead having this one Black lady who I loved. I called her Auntie. I don't remember her name on the show, but she died in an explosion.
Oh,
Like season 1 or 2, like she didn't want to leave this building.
Season 1,
smart decision.
Aunt Jacqueline, she was like, "I'm not leaving this building. This is it."
My whole issue with that was we got RV dude like pleading to get Andrea out, and I was just like, you ain't even gonna try and talk her out of it too. Like
that's true.
That's what got me. I was like, dang, he don't care about her at all.
Who was it? T-Bone? What's his name?
Oh yeah.
He was trying to plead, but she was like, "Babe, I got it." He was like, "You the only Black person in this group. We gotta stick together."
Please. You can't leave me with them. Come on.
She's not gonna pray and gonna be in this building. I will see y'all on the other side.
And then they had the pattern of introducing a Black character, and then whoever was already there, they died, and then they just brought another one in.
That's what their problem was for a while. And then like representation of Black male characters was an issue with them too.
Janet Potter,
yeah. So
Michonne, she's the only one who sort of
Michonne was gonna be a badass regardless. She came with a samurai sword. Like if they fucked up that character, that'd be terrible.
yeah. And I can't remember his name. The guy he's on Fear of the Walking Dead.
Morgan.
Morgan, yeah. But remember, the worst death they had in Walking Dead was when they killed Everybody Hates Chris. Yeah.
That made me so mad.
They tore him apart. It was just like
he died for no reason under the sun. Like what's the name died so he could live, and he didn't make it to like Alexandria that long before his ass got taken down.
In defense of him, he was terrified, and he should not be out in the field doing shit. Because he just shown he's not to be trusted when it comes to that.
I mean, he had that whole moment. He looked at Glenn and told him, "Don't let go." I was just like, "Damn."
Yeah, that was.
Some people turn into serial killer bullies. Like,
don't you hate in zombies when they get bit and they hide it for like six episodes, and then at the end they were like, "Okay, now you got to kill me." Like that's so disrespectful.
Like I've always hated that, but All of Us Are Dead gave me a whole new thing to hate when girl lied about somebody being infected. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, it's just. I feel like if you're already infected, you should just go like a injured dog. Go somewhere and just die by yourself. I don't want to be rude and nothing like that.
He said just leave.
Because it's like I watched the beginning of a Peninsula the other day, and I just had to turn it off because I was already emotionally upset. Because I'm like, who the fuck got on this damn boat knowing they was bit, knowing it was shit they could do to help them. Now you just sat there and it was like, okay. That was just the beginning, and I was like, I can't do this no more because just traumatized me, and I was like, I cannot. But my show was dead set, and it's we talked about it before we got on. It is it's a British version of Big Brother. It's Eviction Night, and the zombie apocalypse takes off. And as they've evicted one person, and then this is a live show because in the UK. Big Brother was a big thing where they had like big crowds outside the studio during eviction night, and they would have like live all this stuff. And the great thing about that is they use cameos from actual Big Brother past contestants from there, and they used the actual host of Big Brother who was Davina McCall. and she had this great scene where she gets bit by a zombie and she becomes like this super zombie. Like she just went all in the role. And I was like, if they do an American version of that, I wonder if they could get Julie Chinbot to do this role. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be so awesome for her to just go in on that, and just
that'd be cool.
It'll be very interesting.
Yeah. Did anyone check out the Resident Evil TV show that came out? With the girl who played the new Charlie's Angels. I can't think of her name.
Yeah.
It was some mid, right? Because one thing I have an issue with going back and forth through time in a story when it's not done successfully, right? So we can really understand what's happening. Because when you do time jumps, it has to be very clear where you are, what's happening, and who are these characters now and who are they then. I don't like to guess. It confuses me and it makes me upset. So they did a good job on that part, but the storyline in the present didn't really have any like weight to it. I was more interested in what's happening to them when they were like kids, when they were like preteens or teenagers. But it was about these two sisters, and one of them gets attacked when they're younger, and she has some type of resistance to the virus. So she sort of mutates like Mila Jovovich, and she becomes a part of Umbrella, I guess. Oh, maybe it is Umbrella because their father worked for Umbrella. R.I.P.
Is this the show that you picking that you like?
I'm just mentioning a show.
Okay.
I liked iZombie, but I'm mentioning
I was just like, oh.
Yeah, you're saying all the bad things about it, but I loved it. No. Yeah, it was some mid. No one else watched it?
No, we all watched it for representation.
I didn't. After everybody kept telling me, "Oh, it's horrible." And I usually don't go about what I usually do. You know me, I do not go about anybody else's suggestions, but everybody kept saying the pacing was off.
Yeah.
And when you invest yourself into a Netflix show, and those are not like 43-minute shows. Those are like 55 minutes, hour and 15 minutes and stuff like that.
For real.
Like, I don't want to be just sitting here like, Lord, geez, I could be watching something else.
That's how it got too. That's exactly how it got.
The thing that was like wrong with that show, it already had like walls against it because they already made Whistler black and stuff. So you had a ton of racists that were hating it before it came out. So I'm here trying to back it, and then I'm watching it, and I was just like, damn.
Exactly.
I'm telling these people, wait till you see it. It's gonna be the bomb, and I'm seeing it. I was like, damn, come on, you gotta do something.
Well, I mean, to your credit, it wasn't his fault. The show.
No, he was fire. He was fire.
I actually think that movie they came out with, Welcome to Raccoon City, would have been better as a series versus.
Yeah,
I believe so too.
Yeah, definitely.
I second that. Yeah.
I did fall asleep during that too.
Resident Evil, I think it's one. It's something about. I didn't like Claire because she's one of my favorite characters in the video game. I didn't like who they casted. Even though I liked her in Crawl, I just didn't like her in as Claire.
Oh, okay.
I think Resident Evil is one of those franchises. Like without Mila Jovovich, they're gonna have to like either tell the story from the beginning, like Resident Evil 1, or like make something completely new. And they're gonna probably fuck it up and do something new, and people are not going to be receptive to that because you want to see Claire and Leon and Chris and Ada.
Understand why is it so hard to like?
They got a whole roadmap, like
right. It's
whole
so
roadmap.
For y'all to y'all just keep going way off the tracks. Like Welcome to Raccoon City was pretty close, but it was just like y'all trying to blend all this shit together and make one big story. Literally just go off the first game, then do part 2, the second one. It's not really that difficult. Like I like Mila Jovovich, but like she had her time. At a point, those movies got real just action based. The horror was like non-existent after
Michael Bay. It was definitely Michael Bay type of zombie film,
And it was just kind of weird having like I liked her, I loved her, but her being the main focus when you had like people like Leon and all these other people that were iconic to the video game just kind of was like you didn't really get to see them shine. So
and then you brought in Claire later on, Ali Lauder, and by that
I like Ali Lauder as Claire.
I like her,
But it
Mia
was just like
Jovovich is very when it focuses on her, like y'all are saying, it takes away from the horror aspect because now
Yeah.
it's action
Yeah.
and she got powers and shit.
And then they killed Ashanti.
yes.
Well, that she
People
needed to go.
People in the audience was cheering when that bitch died. They were like, "Yes, bitch, you better
What?
bust that bitch."
Y'all
No.
We were
come in for the
laughing. We were
the
No.
Harvey
laughing.
princess that's been in many horror shit.
No.
Y'all got
Exactly.
something for
Give her put respect on her name, please. Those crows was not playing with her.
Yes.
They were fucking.
They were fucking her up. You said
Did
like,
Mike
this
Epps make
little
it?
white girl.
Oh,
Yeah, he died.
he was
Wait,
the one.
well,
Oh yeah.
He was
I
the
think
one
he
who got
died
bit and hid it for the longest time.
Oh,
he was the
yeah.
motherfucker. He got bit in the first scene of the movie,
Yeah.
and then the whole movie he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I'm good." I'm like, "You
Damn.
damn."
What about
Damn.
Boris Cujo?
He made it in the movie, the first movie he was in a stupid ass manner because we thought his ass died, and then at the end of the movie he crawls out of a damn sewer tunnel, and then meets up with him in the next movie, and he dies in the stupidest manner.
Damn.
At the end of that movie, and I was like, okay, done. I did finish all the movies and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
me too.
but
They
I was just
blend in
like,
together after like part
Yeah.
4. I think they all blend together. I don't know
They
which one
really
is
do.
which.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
The one that I remember is when she escaped and I think she just freshly got powers, and they was at a security camera and in a van, and she made somebody's eyes leak or something. That's I don't know if that's the first one. If so, then I must have forgotten why.
My favorite.
The only thing that I regret didn't happen with that series is I remember that they were talking about having it crossover with Underworld, and that was the only thing that I wish they actually got to do.
I don't see how they would be able to do that, but it'd have been still cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been a zombie apocalypse, but the vampires and werewolves are there. I was like,
a zombie werewolf is ridiculous, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't. You could be Buffy. I don't care who you are. That's gonna be a rough time.
But I will say one of my favorite characters from the entire franchise. Y'all gonna laugh at me because I just like the actress, but Sandrine Holt's Terry Morales in Apocalypse, because at that time I was that person walking around recording everything. So I'm like, if some shit pop up, I would have my damn camera out looking like. I was like, she was like, I'm just gonna be my Pulitzer Prize, and I'm like, yeah, that'd have been me.
You're all
but she had a
die down here.
I love that line. That's
That
my
was
line. That was my line. Like,
I just felt like that was so petty of them. Like you didn't need to say that.
It's unfortunate because that video game franchise to me made zombies more popular again when it came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
And so for us to get that, and I was real excited for the first movie, which I still kind of liked, even though I was like, this ain't like the game. But for it to delve into what it did, it's just like it's a cash grab.
Absolutely.
And I remember the hype because in Resident Evil 2, if you remember, it was like a double disc, and it was like, oh, individuals are going to roll in a movie and stuff like that. So I said, oh shit, they're coming out with a movie. And then the first movie was dope, especially at that last shot when you see the gun, and then you get that back shot. I said, oh shit, they're going to get into some real crazy shit in the next movie. And they introduced Nemesis. I said, oh, so y'all just gonna skip part 2 and go straight to part 3? And bring the Nemesis. Yeah. So much potential there, but
you know what I would do? I would do the Resident Evil 5 starting in Africa with Sheva and Chris. That's what I would do. Because I thought that was one of my favorite games.
I would do 4. Because Leon going to save the the president's daughter. I don't know. That was my favorite. So I would do that.
Yeah,
the president's daughter.
Ashley.
Leon.
Oh, she is worthless, useless.
She does nothing in that game.
Yeah.
Knocked around a couple of times, but that was a good game that I played when I was in college. But speaking of what Bobby said earlier about the the movies being like kind of like merging together, I feel like after when 5 came out, 5, 6 was just like completely those offshoots they had was completely action oriented. Even part 4, it didn't have a lot of the horror aspect in it, but when they brought it back with part 7, I hadn't jumped in a Resident Evil game in so long until I played part 7.
Yeah,
because that was just. And can you imagine playing it in VR and then you sitting there because you thinking you sitting there thinking that you still playing the game, because sometimes when you're in the middle of playing that game, the game would take over and you wouldn't realize it, and then it goes into a cutscene. And I was sitting there playing, and I looked, and all of a sudden the camera panned over, and somebody was in my face, like, I'm like, oh hell no, oh hell no. But yeah, so
how do we feel about, speaking of not having the horror involved, what about zombie comedies?
I love zombie comedies.
Yeah,
They can work.
They make it funny. Yeah, they can work.
Yeah.
I love me zombie. I love horror comedies, period. So it's like zombie comedies are just great to me. Like, what was that?
Zombieland. I like Zombieland quite a bit, actually. The first one was really, really
the first
good.
one.
Not the second one, though.
Oh no. They didn't have. I guess they didn't pay everybody to come back. So.
Not just that. It just, I feel like it leg to do a sequel had passed. That time space, that space had passed for them to do a sequel. You know, they should have did it when it's still hot, when people was asking for it, instead of being like, you know, we'll give it to y'all later. We can, and then everybody's like, we got nothing to do. Let's do it. Like, no, y'all should have been on that shit like it was hot, like on point. So,
I liked Cooties with the kids.
Cooties was good.
I haven't seen it all the way through, but I saw the trailer and pieces of it, and I was like, of course it'd be chicken nuggets. And I said to myself, I would be I said I wouldn't make it. I'll be one of the damn zombie kids, because
eating chicken nuggets.
I'll be fucking them chicken nuggets up.
Oh, we seen you.
Oh man.
Wait, what's that movie with us?
With Peter?
Thank you.
Yeah,
yes.
Little
Monsters.
That was good too.
Oh, I haven't seen it. It was on my list. Michael.
You don't like
it? Some of them kids should have died. I just really, I have an issue with people not dying in movies.
You have an issue with people or kids?
Kids.
I just don't see a whole class of kids. Oh, well, I'm spoiling it at this point.
It doesn't matter. You know that.
But like, you tell me as a whole class of kids she got. So I'm thinking some of them about to get killed. That's what I'm thinking. So
the only one that was like potential to be killed was the little Darth Vader kid, and I wouldn't be able to take it if he died, because I liked him too much. Like when he was going out doing the powers to the zombie, I was like, this man about to die.
See, when I first seen it, I was hoping that kids died in it too, just because, and it turned out to be a whole different movie what I thought it was going to be as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be like as funny, And then when I seen it, I said, all right, this is like a comedy. But I was still hoping that a kid or two would have gotten eaten up or whatever. But yeah,
we just sound like terrible people. We're like, oh, the children didn't die.
I mean, listen, sometimes I like having the kids survive, but like what Mike said, when you have like a class of fucking kids and you got too many, somebody gotta go. Like one of them at least gotta go. Like,
so y'all.
Shame.
TaMon, never had Sylvester do this again. Because he's having too much fun.
I'm just so confused right now. Zombie books, comic books, novels, graphic novels.
I'm gonna be honest.
The Walking Dead, right? Isn't we talk about
The Walking Dead is a graphic novel, yeah.
Well, The Walking Dead, that was the first graphic novel about zombies that I had ever read. And the only reason why I read it was because the TV shows get ready to come out. But my cousin, I don't know if I told y'all about him, Tori, the one I told you, who was like my leader into horror. My cousin, he was the one who kept texting me, you need to read The Walking Dead. This before the show was even announced. I'm like, I don't like zombies. I'm not going to read a comic book about zombies. But then I realized that it wasn't just about zombies. It was about, them. They're
Yeah.
technically the Walking Dead because they're not representative of who they were before the apocalypse happened. So they're just pretty much, trying to live and whatnot. So I enjoyed the comic book series until it got to
Me.
that was hard. That was horrible. That was a horrible situation. But I did enjoy your book, Planet Dead,
Thank
and
you.
I also enjoy because I like to see black people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's leading and not side characters or
Yeah.
what they call
Magical
them,
Negro. Magical Negro.
magical Negro or something like that, or the sacrificial Negro. Like
Oh yeah,
What was
Catherine
his
was
name?
in there.
T-Bone from the damn Walking Dead. I'm like, man, but
Bonnie Bennett.
Don't even start on Bonnie.
Oh,
look, Ricky gonna jump in here.
I was about
Don't
to
even
say,
start on Bonnie.
hold on.
I will say, like, I haven't read a lot of zombie books because I just felt like it wouldn't, like the action aspect of it, I wouldn't get into. But Planet Dead, you do a great job of describing the action scenes
Oh,
and keeping
thank
me
you.
intrigued.
Oh, y'all making me feel good. Bobby, you next. Don't worry.
Sylvester, take this time to tell the viewers about the Planet Dead series, what sparked your interest in it, what motivates you. Just give them a brief summary about it, and we can just talk about it from there.
Okay, so like before I wrote Planet Dead, like I mostly just wrote like poetry and things. I never really wrote anything. So Planet Dead started out as just kind of like an experiment to see if I could actually finish something. So before we got this book, it was different. So if y'all remember, Facebook used to have like Facebook notes. So that's how I published it. I had like the first chapter of Planet Dead was about Catherine and Sue. And then the next chapter was about Robert and Peter. And it was just alternating. So, and then the next was like Jessica and stuff. So I have 3 books or 3 stories that would have, when I first was writing it, was just that one Planet Dead. So my whole thing was like, I'm going to try and finish a book. And it was the same year that the show was coming out. I hadn't read the comic books before then. And I was pretty hyped up and excited about the show. And then I joined the military, and that took like a back seat. And then when I deployed in the military, I don't know if y'all know this, but sometimes you got a lot of fucking time on your hands when you're in the desert. So so I just decided I was gonna write, and I was gonna finish this book, and I was gonna get it published, and that was pretty much the gist of it. As far as how the universe is, it's so my outbreak is from space. In my universe, Donald Trump was the president. They built the wall. They built the wall. Like America's isolated from everyone. But they did do a space mission to Mars, and they sent up their people with some Russian people and blah, blah, blah. And they, in my head, because I haven't written the story yet, but I'm going to write it one day. In my head, you know how like Rita Repulsa, how they released her out of that trash can? Yeah, that's how it starts in my head. I'm like, they were messing with something they wasn't supposed to, and they released the zombie apocalypse from Mars, and then they brought it down to Earth, and then everything happens like really fast in my world. Like Planet Dead is, I think the whole book takes place in like 3 days. The Briggs Boys takes place in like 2 days. Love Bites is in 1 day. Planet Dead 2 takes place in 1 day. So everything goes fast. I don't really stretch out things too much. I mean, they're not short books, but I don't stretch out things. So
okay. Thank you for that. And let us know, the viewers know where they can find your book.
So you can find my books on, I think you get the paperbacks everywhere. Like they're available wherever paperbacks are sold. If you want to read the ebook of the current series, that's exclusively on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited. If you want signed paperbacks, you go to my website or a TikTok shop. I got a TikTok shop now. I'm gonna send that to you, Mark, since you're on TikTok. All those videos. But yeah. So yeah, like I think the best thing that I like to tell people is you can get the ebook of the Briggs Boys for free. And if you like my style or you like the universe, then dive into it. Then you can open up your wallet. But you can try that for free. So.
We appreciate that. And I think it's time that you travel from your seat to the hell seat. And this time you're going with Michael and King Bobby.
Your sacrifice, yes. Let's go.
Oh, this because I'm the only guest. Okay, I was like, well, I'm going back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, Sylvester.
Zombie.
So,
Go ahead, drink.
oh, can I finish?
This is fun.
Oh Lord. Well, we meet again. I think the last time we left on not so good terms.
When we were in the hot seat? I thought we had a good time last time.
We did, but you said at Friday 13th. I was just like,
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it both of you? Both of y'all like Friday the 13th?
Oh, it's all right.
Okay, see? Look at you, Michael. That's good. I like him.
Anyway. So since we're talking about Friday the 13th, Sylvester, what is your take on Zombie Jason in the Friday the 13th franchise?
Zombie Jason, or are we going with Deadite Jason or something? Is he a zombie or is he a Deadite now?
That's to be discussed, but I would say he's zombie.
You say zombie?
Well, the crazy thing is, some people think Deadites are zombies as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I consider Deadites zombies. Like, I mean, granted, it's like demons kind of possessing you, and then like you could become humans. But I still feel like it's a zombie. If it look like a zombie, walk like a zombie, it's a zombie. That's a zombie. But as far as like Zombie Jason, I don't want people to think that I just hate the Friday the 13th franchise. Okay, I don't hate Friday the 13th. I just got a few questions that ain't never been answered for me. Like, well, I mean, now that we know the Deadites came into play, it has been answered. But I wanted to know how the hell he.
But everything else on him.
Well, one of them is.
One of his eyeballs is affected.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just have a love-hate relationship with Jason, and it might all stem back to Freddy versus Jason and the fact that he got more kills than Freddy, because that's just that's not realistic to me. Okay, everybody should have been dying.
Well, well, if y'all gave Alice some respect, maybe she would have taken care of business.
Next question.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna start out easy. Have you started preparing just in case the zombie apocalypse breaks out? So I know you got weapons training already. So do you have like survival kits around the house? Do you know where specifically you're gonna go if things happen? Do you know how to grow food? Like shit like that.
Man, survival kits cost money. I got bills. What you talking about? As far as like, do I know how to grow food? Nah, but my mama does. So as long as I got her around, we gonna be all right. And as far as where I want to go, I really do want to think about that. Like, I remember I was in a zombie group once, and people were just like, "Oh, like I'm gonna pay to get one of those bunkers," like because there's like these bunkers where you could pay and you get a passcode, and then like when the zombie apocalypse happens, yeah, people invest in that. It's crazy, right? So when the zombie apocalypse happens, you could go to this bunker and present your passcode. So the New Yorker in me felt like I'm just gonna take your place, and that's one of my plans. But
that's a good plan.
So,
because who are you to have your own little bunker?
Yeah, why you get a bunker just because you got some money. I'm sorry, I'm doing paycheck to paycheck. I'm working though. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so my next one it's gonna be a little game real quick. Marry, fuck, or kill.
Okay, let's go. I'm
Yes.
married though, so
The zombies?
Yeah.
don't
Um,
jump at it yet. Let him do. Let him cook. Go ahead.
Mike, you shouldn't talk. We heard about you. Anyway.
What?
I don't even know where that goes. So go ahead.
It's a joke. Anyway, so Marry, fuck, or kill. Trash from Return of the Living Dead. TaMon from Return of the Living Dead. And Julie from Return of the Living Dead 3.
Oh. That's easy. Let's see. So I would marry Julie. Fuck Trash and kill TaMon. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have been crazy if I married TaMon.
I mean, why not?
I mean, he might be a good husband. I don't know.
Slimy.
You never know. Yeah, we don't know what life he had before he was in that container. He might have been a good man. It could have been an accident.
And Trash has a big mouth, so we saw that.
Wow.
All right. So, I know you are a fan of Golden Girls.
Yes.
Which
yes,
two Golden Girls have the best chance of surviving a zombie apocalypse?
Blanche and Rose.
Blanche.
That was quick.
Blanche and Rose, yeah. I know
Really?
Rose definitely. Rose has a good chance because Rose it's always going to be the person you don't suspect, and Rose is always coming with stuff that you ain't even really thinking about. Like
Sophia.
That's true. She takes charge when needed
I mean,
in those situations.
Sophia, I love Sophia, but how long is she gonna hold on? Zombies apart. How long was she gonna hold on? Period. So, like, and then Dorothy. Dorothy wasn't my favorite Golden Girl, but I do love Dorothy.
Oh.
But so like Blanche and Rose, I feel like, especially if they were together, I feel like they would keep each other going.
So Rose would call the shots. Blanche could probably flirt and get somebody to kind of help them out.
They'll do this dynamic duo thing, hitchhike, and then they just rob people. There you go. Rose will leave them with something because you can't just abandon them on the side of the road.
Yes.
Yeah. See.
And Rose has the food covered. So that's a good answer. Okay. I wasn't seeing it at first, but you convinced me.
There you go. So my next one is what is one thing you would change in Night of the Living Dead to make it better? Because it's a classic, so I'm sure it's obviously not perfect, but what is one thing you would take from that film and change and make it better?
The original, like,
yes,
although I know that the ending was impactful and it does create a lot of discussion and stuff, I would have changed that. I would have let Ben live. I would have, if I had to have that ending, that could have been a old girl, whatever her name was. She could have got it. Barbara. Oh, she was annoying in the original. Barbara was annoying in the original. So if somebody needed to take a bullet at the end, it could have been her.
True.
Yeah, but I would have let.
I prefer Barbara from the remake.
Oh yeah, she was a badass in the remake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have let Ben live because like Ben was doing a lot for those white folks. So he had to put up with a lot. So Ben should have lived.
100%.
What y'all drinking anyway? Y'all probably just lying.
I was actually going to
Jack and Coke. Oh, what you got?
I have rum and Simply Peach, but I was going to not put any alcohol. What part of the human body you think tastes the best?
My wife said I shouldn't talk about cannibalism anymore. So you could go with that. Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with the human thigh. See how that goes.
Say
Oh,
meat
my
one more
wife.
time.
Meat.
Thigh is underrated. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bobby, what part would you be eating?
Meat.
Oh, all of them. Oh, wait, the dick? What are you saying?
What?
You said meat like
Anyway, my next question. Damn, I lost track. Oh, so what would be your weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse, and why it would be that weapon?
Like smart choice. I want me like an M4 and a machete, so I can have like long range if I want to go. Machete can machetes are awesome. I feel like you can do anything with it. Dumb choice. I want a flamethrower. Because I mean, if I have an opportunity to get a flamethrower, I want a flamethrower. Like everybody's like, you're gonna light the zombies on fire and blah blah blah. Okay, let me worry about that after I'm done. Like,
it's very effective in some zombie movies. Well, one particular zombie movie I'm thinking of. So,
so yeah, flamethrower. I'm gonna go with that. Like,
yes,
I can see that the flames could draw the other zombies towards them, maybe, and then they'll catch on fire as well.
Listen, I'm not
going after you.
I'm not gonna say that this is gonna help me survive or get out. I just want a flamethrower.
I mean, like a Molotov cocktail is basically the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say bow gun.
Like a crossbow?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the word. I got bow gun. Ooh, name 3 characters from any zombie verse. That
Go
would
ahead,
be a
Bobby.
perfect.
Drink, Bobby. You smiling too much. Drink, Bobby. Go ahead.
I'm not smiling. I'm just doing this. My eyes look like they're smiling, but I'm not. All right. Man.
Oh wait, no. That would be a perfect team for Catherine Briggs to work with in the apocalypse.
3 people from any zombie verse?
Any zombie verse.
Okay.
Any zombie movie, show, book.
Ooh, 3 people. Okay, so I want LT Warren from Z Nation. I want Michonne from The Walking Dead. That's so hard because I also want Ben, Sherilyn, and Selena.
Selena.
I'm gonna go with Selena B. I didn't like how she yelled like that sometimes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Selena. She ain't gonna yell at my Catherine. It's okay.
Those 2 gonna fight. Those.
Like you want a strong team, but then you're gonna be like, they gonna argue. They gonna argue.
If they ain't on the same page, they are fighting.
Yeah.
Bobby, your next question.
My last question is, what is your take on the zombie versus the infected conversations that's been going on? You know what I mean? Some people say that the infected is not actual zombies, and some people think it is. So what are your thoughts?
To me, it's just ridiculous. It's all fiction. You know, it's like, you're just like, they're infected. You're watching a zombie movie. Where'd you pick up the DVD from? The zombie section. Stop arguing. What is like to me, it's just like, it's just the same. Like whether or not they were infected or if they rose from the ground, it's still a zombie. He's still trying to eat you. That's what it is to me. It's all good.
Yes.
Mhm.
Whether that they want brains or not, they're still trying to get you the fuck out of here. So they're a zombie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My final question.
All right.
What do you think would be the next way to revolutionize zombies? What would take them to the next level?
What could we do that we haven't done, or just what could take them to the next level? I personally like smart zombies. A lot of people don't like smart zombies, but I feel like it's more of a threat. Like kind of like, all right, my idea of a threatening force of smart zombies would be more like Army of Darkness, when they had to go up against this whole like army of zombies. Like if that were set in like modern day and the zombie apocalypse happened, but they're smart, they're hunting, they know how to get you, they know where you're gonna be. You go on supply runs, they're just kind of sitting on the roof waiting for you. Like so like I think that would be more intense. I feel like it would be it'd be like they're zombies, they're eating you, but in actuality, when you break it down, they're just kind of like wild serial killers. Yeah. So I feel like that would be fun.
Okay.
Not to live through, but yeah.
I like a smart zombie. I like them planning, plotting, scheming. It's very interesting.
Definitely, most definitely. I love smart zombies.
Well, even though you killed me earlier, you have survived this round of Hell Seat.
Yes, I survived again. Thank you. See, BuzzFeed was right.
I guess the other two can rise now.
You'd be starting too much mess on Twitter. That's
fine. I'll be the Shane. I'll make my own group. That's quite all right. And I'm coming back to get my baby.
What group did he make?
He didn't have a chance.
One with the zombies when he died.
the writers fucked it over. The writers fucked him over. He should have been alive.
If Shane lived, he would have been with Negan. If not, he would have been Negan. That's what really.
Which would have been amazing.
Yeah, imagine like Shane walking out of that RV, baseball bat, Rick just looking up like, damn,
and talking about give me my baby because I know that ain't yours.
So did y'all watch the spinoffs too?
Yeah, on and
I
off.
watched Fear. Yeah, I watched Fear.
I watched the first 2 seasons of Fear.
That's the ones I watched. I got in the middle of season 3, and once somebody was 86, I was like, wow.
The brother?
No.
Oh.
Damn, I don't even remember the brother.
Yeah. He was my favorite character. He was on drugs and he was
him.
He had on his
cardigan
the whole first episode. I was like, yes.
Johnny Depp look-alike. Yeah, I remember him.
Exactly. Gambit.
That is a pet peeve of mine. We got other shit going on. I don't have time for your little tantrums and shit. Like we got
all 3 of them was having tantrums. That was the thing. I'm like, all 3 of y'all are on some bullshit. And I'm like, the kids, the kids. All
they were awful kids. They were absolutely
very
awful.
Yeah, they were.
So now it's the time that we've all came for to give us our top 10 zombie movies.
Yes.
Running in 10th place is Night of the Creeps. Bobby, talk to us about this.
So Night of the Creeps is a mixture. It's not just a zombie movie. It's a lot going on. There's aliens. There's obviously zombies and creatures and just a lot going on with it. But it's about these slugs that infect these people's brains and turn them into zombies. And it's a fun 80s, cheesy film that I feel like don't get much love. Me and Mike talked about it on our episode of People Under the Scares. We had a great time talking about this one. It's fun, it's camp, and there's a flamethrower in this one, which we love.
Okay.
Yeah, and the zombies look gross. We love practical effects, and it gives it to us all in this one. It's not your typical zombie film, but it's up there with the like underappreciated zombie films for me.
Agreed.
It terrified me that I was a kid. I didn't watch it for a long time.
Yeah.
The slug aspect is really what being able to keep your mouth shut the whole time while something like that's going on. That's a lot of effort.
Yes.
Imagine having to dodge that and deal with zombies and some pink aliens would show up at some point later. But you know, it's a lot.
That scene in the basement.
Yes.
Oh, they would have had
That
to
makes
just survive. I would have left.
that's making my skin crawl as we speak. I like, oh Jesus Christ. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby, out of 5 stars, what would you give this?
I forgot what I gave it on my letterbox, but I gave it like maybe either a 3.5, 4, one of those, just because of nostalgia. I grew up watching this movie, and it's a fun time. Like, they're not like running zombies or anything. They're pretty slow, but they are terrifying. And Tom Atkins is in this as well. He makes it fun. So I gave it like a 3.5, 4.
Okay.
And this is one of those movies that, well, I mentioned early in the show, where it kind of added something new to the zombie genre.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a. I feel like it's a classic.
Yeah.
Okay, and in 9th place, we have Wreck.
Wreck should have been higher.
Tell us why Angela should have been higher on the list. Tell us.
Listen. Okay, so I feel like not that many people have seen Wreck. I feel like that, but okay, basically if y'all remember, Quarantine came out. So Quarantine is the American version of Wreck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as good. Wreck is like on a whole different level. Like me and my wife, we sat down, we watched it, totally got lost into it, didn't even realize there were subtitles anymore. It's just, it has you on the edge of your seat. It's all about this this reporter who does, you know, those little fluff pieces. So right now she's like spending the day with the fire department, and then they get a call to this apartment building. I forgot what the initial call was, but basically they get to the building and the government quarantines them. They're just kind of on lockdown, and they don't know why until this little girl freaks out, bites her mother, and then they realize, like, they don't realize it's zombies, but there's an infection going on, and now they're trapped in this apartment building. And like, these zombies, they're like fast, they're just devouring people, they're scary. And like, I mean, some people are gonna be like, they're not zombies because it's like a whole demonic thing. But basically, it's like he took demons and he was misking. I don't know what he was doing, but he made a zombie apocalypse with demons. So yeah. So Wreck is like always gonna be in my top 10. I love Wreck. Not so much Quarantine, but I do like what they did with Quarantine too. I thought that
I love Quarantine.
Quarantine 2 made me mad.
Oh, that don't count. I'm only talking about the first one.
It was a good movie, but I'm just saying, it was a certain aspect of the movie that made me mad. But go ahead.
Number 8 on the list.
Everybody's so creative.
A story of jealousy, betrayal, yes, vengeance, drama, reconciliation.
Yes. About marriage.
Yes,
about
a journey
friendship.
for youth. Death Becomes Her is about 2 frenemies who take a potion to retain their youth or get their youth back and then retain it. However, they're not careful, they're not responsible, and so their bodies end up pretty much dead. There's no pulse, but they're still living. So technically they would be considered zombies.
Yes.
But they're awake, conscious, talking, making plans, fighting each other. Then they go after Bruce Willis. They're laughing at his funeral. It is so fucking funny, this movie. And it is an experience to be had.
Death Becomes Her. Is probably one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. It's hilarious, and it won awards for special effects. Like, it has all these, and I think it's sort of underproduced at the box office, but then it sort of picked up. But Death Becomes Her was great. It was innovative. It was so creative. It was so creative, and it had like a blockbuster ass cast: Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis. And I play with this question all the time. I'm going to throw it out there for everyone. If we could recast this movie right now, it's so hard, right? Who would you cast? And I'm going to say you cannot use Kate Hudson or Anne Hathaway. Just take them off your list.
Make it black.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Idris Elba gonna be in it. He gonna take that Bruce Willis role for me.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Can we take
Okay.
Kiki off the table too? Because we
Yeah,
can't put her
for
in
sure.
anything.
She can't be in this now.
Gabrielle Union.
Ooh.
They're
As
gonna
who,
age her
Mad
up in the movie.
Yeah, like we did with them.
We gonna age her up? What do you mean?
Like we did with.
She's in her 40s right now.
How
right?
old y'all think Gabrielle Union is?
She's in her.
I thought she was in her early. I thought she was in her early 50s.
I mean, she old enough for when they were doing it.
She doesn't film that way, so we would have to do something. Maybe take off the makeup. I don't know. She's 50. She's 50 years old.
I didn't know she was a 50. I thought she was 40s. Okay, but yeah, Gabrielle Union.
So you'd have to dress her down a bit. So who would she be, Madeline or Helen?
I think she's Helen.
Yes.
So who could be a good frenemy for her?
I think
What
we need to
about
entertain her.
what you call it? Damn, what's her name?
We should have said
Taraji.
Vivica Fox.
No, I want Taraji.
You said
Taraji.
I don't doubt Taraji could do Meryl Streep's role right, but I think we need to keep it balanced because they both have like similar energy as far as how they their approach to roles and their feistiness and all of that. So I think that we could either pick either or.
So Gabrielle Union as Helen is a more subdued character. Madeline Ashton is very high energy
over the time,
and
exactly.
in your face.
And we know that she's going to give us Cookie Lion, so we know that we
Exactly.
and that's what we don't want to see. What about Zoe?
You don't want to see Cookie?
No,
Zoe Saldana's too young. I feel like she's too young. But then again,
that's the purpose of it.
Yeah, she could do it. She could do it.
Who said Vivica?
She's 45.
I did.
Yeah, I like Vivica.
Vivica be nice.
In that role.
I think her as Madeline would be interesting.
Yeah.
She's 60.
Yeah, put her back out there. Like re-energize her career and everything. I know she's
and they reunited. Two can play that game. They're reuniting Gabrielle Union and Vivica Fox.
Oh,
That's fair.
There we go.
What about Kenya Moore? I think she would be a great.
I was thinking that too.
Kenya Moore haircut.
Twirl.
We're not
Kenya
doing
and
it.
Kim Fields and Kenya Moore.
Oh, Kim Fields is definitely.
Yo.
Move
She's
on.
definitely
Move on.
Helen.
Yo.
Move on.
It's Helen.
I love you, Kim Fields.
Yeah, sorry. We definitely love
She can direct it. It's okay.
that part. Okay, last one. Who's gonna play the temptress?
Ooh.
Or the woman who has the serum?
See, that could have been Kiki, but y'all haters. Let her get her checks.
I'll have an issue with it.
It's Beyonce. We all know it's
gonna
be
Beyonce.
Kelly Rowland.
Sure.
Okay. We can afford Kelly. I feel like we'd be throwing out a lot of money.
Oh, she
for
doesn't
Beyonce.
say any slurs.
Yeah, you know what? I definitely see Kelly as that. Kelly could do that.
She would kill it.
Yeah.
She's hot. Chocolate.
We love it. We buy it.
Yeah, Beyonce done took everyone's money already this year. She don't need no more.
Baby, listen. Next on the list, I don't know what number we're on, but next on the list is Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. Love Day of the Dead.
I'm
Tell us
surprised.
about it.
She's cute.
Ain't nobody else want to talk about Day of the Dead?
I
Okay,
haven't
so
seen this movie in so long.
okay, Day of the Dead is it's what is it? The third? Is it the third movie in Romero's Dead franchise? Okay, so this takes place deep into the apocalypse already. The world's pretty much falling apart, and we are in this bunker with some military dudes, scientists, and military dudes, some scientists, and a dude that could fly a helicopter. So the main thing is that the scientist, he's trying to kind of like bring back humanity to the zombies. He has this one zombie that he's trying to bring back his old life. His name is Bub. And that's driving these soldiers crazy because they're just like you don't need to make them human no more. We just need to put bullets in their head. And basically the doctor is having these soldiers go out and find zombies and risk their lives. So with all that, the soldiers have this whole mutiny thing and everybody's at risk, and then the zombies get free, and basically you're just in this kind of like crowded area underground full of zombies, crazy soldiers, and it was a great time. I love it so much because my family, they're from the West Indies. They're all from this little island called Montserrat, and like the helicopter pilot, he had a Caribbean accent, and like I didn't realize that until I got older. I just always knew Data that was one of my favorite movies, but as I got older, I was like, oh, I like it because I connect to him. Like I relate to him. That's what I hear when I'm home. So yeah.
Okay. Next up. Oh, go ahead, Michael. Go.
I did enjoy Day of the Dead. I do know they did a remake of it.
Oh, we don't talk about
basically the same plot.
We don't talk.
I mean, I like the one with Nick Cannon, but they did another one.
Come on, Nick Cannon.
They did another one with it was basically the same plot. They go out and get zombies, but there's one that's obsessed with the main character, and he follows her like he was.
Yeah, he's a stalker.
And she's another sitting shot. Everybody dying because of her in this movie. But yeah,
we trying to get through this, and then so
we can move it along.
Yes, we can.
Please
bring up remakes. Oh yeah, everybody drink. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for reminding me. I done slipped into the conversation and forgot what I was here for.
All right, next we have They're Coming to Get You, Barbara.
Yes.
Me personally, I feel like this should have been higher because this movie who is who?
No, I was like, who's that on the right? In top right.
Right.
Top right? It's a zombie.
That's just
It looks like a zombie.
Yeah, it's just a zombie. Which one? I don't know.
This movie, to this day, I cannot watch it at night by myself. I mean, I could if it's daytime outside, I can sit here and watch it all day long. If I watch with y'all while we're doing this, I can watch it all day long. But this movie will fuck you up if you by yourself. You start hearing shit. So, yeah.
Oh man,
it's a damn good effective movie, even after all these years. This is 50th? No, not 50th. This is like 60th year,
something like that.
60, almost 60s, because it wasn't 68,
right?
23 right now. So like 5
so I feel like
years
it should be higher.
60.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with it could possibly be higher. Unfortunately, it's not. But I would like to say that this movie, People Hiding in the Attic, I thought that was brilliant. And the only one that I actually really clearly remember is the remake. So
that was the first one I saw, actually.
The remake
me too.
with Tony. That was great casting.
I was afraid of him ever since then, and thank you. Become Candyman. Now I'm really scared of you. Thanks.
He's our Black Robert Englund. He's like our Black Robert Englund. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
he is. And he should have lived, and that's all I have to say about that.
But same for this character. I mean, especially in 1968, you have a black main character around all these white people that's leading
dogging them.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Slap one of them.
He slapped Barbara. He's like, we ain't got time for this shit. Stop it.
I bet you a lot of white folks back then, that was the most horrific moment in the entire movie.
They're like,
oh my God, he slapped her. And his zombies eating people up there. But no, he slapped her. Right. That's what they were.
He was like, you could be the boss down there. I'm the boss up here. Like he was the boss. Like
that sounds like Colony House to me. That's how we run things at Colony House.
Wait, before or after y'all let it fall apart?
No, actually after the houses fell down in your city. That's when
we have a system. Okay,
we do clean up.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't like about go ahead. I was gonna say what I don't like about this, because this is in that time period where women were just like damsels. So to me, these other characters are worthless. and do nothing. Like the moment you decide to do something, girl, you get snatched up immediately. Like you're not helping me, just throwing yourself into a crowd of zombies.
Wow, not everybody can be like Alice.
That's
Oh,
right.
Lord, see that Bobby, look, we trying to
That's
get through this.
right.
Yeah.
She could at least pop one in the face. Damn.
And
Alice
she
didn't.
did later on.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
like the
Who?
significance of the movie where George Romero said that he, and I think the producer at the time, was driving back with the work print of the movie, and that's the night they were driving back from it. That's the night they heard on the radio that Dr. King had been shot and killed.
Yeah.
And they kind of
Yeah.
knew then that the movie was going to have like a big impact and stuff like that.
So Tony Todd was already on edge. Like, listen, don't come here with this shit, and don't come upstairs in this attic. Like, he was already on one. All right, next up on the list, one of my personal faves. Dawn
Yes.
of the
Yes,
Dead.
yes.
Is that you, Susie?
Huh?
What?
Yeah, they were just like,
We
"What are you
had a
doing
neighbor-
here, sweetie?" Like, what the hell?
we had a neighbor that actually did that. We was kids and we was like in downstairs and we would hear like some people playing our patio.
Mhm.
And we opened up the front door and I was like, what, all of 7 or some odd years old, and this white girl and her brother was in our patio with our toys playing. Hi, and I'm like, mom.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm just not the kind of neighbor person. I want to take out my trash. I saw this little white boy on his bike. We just stared at each other. That was it. We didn't talk. And then he tried to pop a wheelie, almost bust his head open. I just didn't want him to do it in my driveway. That's all. Like,
Yeah, right, because that's insurance claims, and I know you.
Exactly. But no, this movie was like, I remember when it came out, and I remember when they aired the first 10, that whole beginning.
Oh, yeah.
They aired that entire beginning on USA the week it came out. And I remember watching it. I looked at my room and I said, "We gotta go this weekend. I gotta see what happens." So yeah, this was a great time.
I still have a vivid memory seeing this in theaters. We went for my friend's birthday, and she took like a group of her friends, and I brought some of my friends, and it was just like this huge experience watching this movie, and it was so dope.
Yeah.
Like this movie freaked me out like big time. Even to this day, it's so like it's shot very well, and even the music. I think the music is Tyler Bates.
Yes.
And the because he did some of Rob Zombie shit, and some of the shit it amps it up to the next level.
Yeah,
so he did an amazing job with this one, and the zombies on here, yo, especially that. I freaked out with that big zombie when he wheeled that lady in the little wheelbarrow. And then I'm just like, okay, this is not good. And when she was like in the bed, just like, I'm like, okay, she's gonna turn into a fucking zombie. That moment when she rises the fuck up,
that was crazy.
I was like, oh hell no!
Classic.
And it's so quick because they get her the fuck out of here really quickly. But that scene is just so memorable. Like I remember, I was freaking out over that.
Yeah.
What I do want us to get to is like, I'm tired of these people not thinking, okay, this is a zombie situation I'm in right now. Like, somebody's bit, what the fuck is going on. Maybe you don't know they're zombies, but you have an idea of what's going on now. You can't be acting like you don't know what these are.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I need newer movies to start doing that.
They tend to do that in like all zombie media. It's just like they just ignore the fact that zombies exist. Like Walking Dead, there's no George Romero in Walking Dead. There's nothing. Like this just happened. And it is crazy. So
yeah, I like that idea, Mike, making it more self-aware. And like, we know what these are. TikTok is showing alien press conferences. Okay, we know that zombies exist. Let's stop. We know things are happening. So like pretending like, oh my God, what's happening? What are they?
We got saboteurs, zombie babies, assholes in the group, people fucking. They have a point. They have some hope going on. They think they're living out their best lives. They probably could have survived a lot longer up in there until some of the people fucked up. And what was that girl's name? That redhead. She would have been tossed off that roof. Let me tell
Because the
you.
dog.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Nicole,
my
Nicole,
god.
Nicole.
Her
Oh.
and oh boy, the asshole. Those two specifically, done.
Oh, that dog would have got everybody killed, especially Nicole.
And it was funny because they weren't even after the dog, but she was so damn terrified.
I know.
Like
Right.
they went after the dog. Like, honey, they're not trying to eat the dog. They just
They
Bobby,
want
don't I
you-
know? Because you said you would save your dog. So
Who said I know? I just
Oh,
like
you one of those people?
I had dogs, so
I mean, I had dogs too.
ah.
but you also have a child. I don't have any kids.
That's true.
So those
I
are
guess.
my kids.
I guess you're right. Like, yeah, I'll go into a horde for my son. So I guess they're if he, I don't know. No,
Maybe.
no. I'll go for my son. I'm just saying I'm not going for my dog.
Especially if the dog ain't gonna get bit. So I mean,
yeah, if that's the case, if I realize that they're not trying to go after my dog, then yeah, I think it'll be okay. But if I feel like they're trying to go after it, then it might, I might start freaking out.
Okay, so you're gonna have a thought. You're gonna sit back with the binoculars, and you're gonna be like, "Let me just see."
Yeah,
Let me see.
I mean, and then, by the time it might be too late.
Yeah.
So they might grab the dog up and eat it up. So
Yeah. Okay.
Stole a truck, drove over there, didn't want to scream and call for our help. No,
she did too much. Too much. Like, no.
All right, and in fourth place, 28 Days Later.
it is a zombie movie.
This was just beautiful.
Tell
This was
us
just
why,
beautiful.
Mark.
This movie, it again elevated the whole zombie apocalypse or the infected apocalypse or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it just the undead or the infected. You know, they call them an infected in this film, you know. But hey, they still running after you and beating your ass and getting you out of here. But the movie picks up where kind of like what the Walking Dead did, where this man wakes up in the hospital, realizes everybody's gone, everything's weird, and he comes across his first infected, and he gets, he runs into this ragtag group of people, meets the not eloquent, but the badass Celine, who pretty much tells him right quick, either you fight or you die, and I ain't got time for your bullshit. So if you get bit or cut, whatever, you're dead. So, and what does he do? He falls in love with her, and they sit there and meet up with a man and his daughter, and they just go have the time of their lives trying to, survive in this bullshit, and it just takes off from there. And the last act of the movie is so
crazy.
I feel like it's crazy because because now you have to worry about
human
people who are supposed to protect you, and these damn infected people, and it's just. Because I feel like that's the best thing about most of these apocalyptic or zombie movies is that it shows you how dangerous people can be. When the world turns, you have to fight twice as hard, not against the zombies or whatever, but just against your own people. So
I hate that in movies too. Like, why are we having
people? Y'all can fuck on here. Why y'all gotta have other people come through? Well, I mean, I haven't had both, so I don't know.
I don't think that was his job, though. Like, just because he had the apron, I don't think that was his job.
That was very sexist of you.
It was.
He's making rotten eggs.
We're gonna have to sit there and talk to you after the show's over with. But no, I've been
call
like,
legal.
Yeah. But no, it's just that movie is still affected to this day, and it still had a somewhat happy ending for the group. But the original ending was very dire. The first two original endings were very dire. So, but still, Celine That's the only thing I remember out of all the endings. Celine was still standing. She was still strong.
See, the happy ending for me, I mean, I like the happy ending and blah, blah, blah. But after what you went through, I don't think I'm going to be signaling nobody. I'm just going to do me. I don't want to see other people for a little bit. Just give me a good
That
year.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Also, they saw that they were starving. What I do like about these, they're not eating people. They just attacking you.
Yeah.
And then when they just starve, they starve. And then they're done. So I feel like just hold up for a while. Then I guess you don't know when the last person was turned.
Yeah.
I like a darker ending. I like that Selena survived, but I like a darker ending. I like the way the second one ended. Now I'm still waiting for this third movie to come out whenever that hopefully does.
I mean, yeah.
28 months later.
28 months or years, whatever they're gonna make it.
I think it was 28 months. You might as well say years.
Yeah. Done made us wait this long. Might as well say years and go all in.
Can we talk about the priest and when Cillian Murphy was going in there, he was ticking and all of that? I just want to mention that was probably one of my favorite scenes of
God.
Days later.
Because all of them woke up when he woke up in there too. He's like all of them like oh,
that was
shit.
the creepiest scene in that whole movie to me. Just the heads popping up.
Yeah.
Next on the list is Planet Terror.
Yes, God. Now this is underrated to me because people don't talk about it enough for me.
I'll talk about this movie every chance I get.
Because it's like I own this copy right here, this very copy right here. And I remember when it came out, it was too damn. It was like a lot of people was like, "Oh, I don't want to go see no damn sit for like what
3 hours,
4 hours,
3 hours, or Grindhouse."
4 hours.
It was worth it.
It was worth it, and it came out during Easter weekend, which I thought was very, a bad weekend to put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, look at this photo. Look at this cast. How can we not go and see this movie? Rose McGowan.
It's a gun leg.
It's so off the wall.
I've seen strippers, but I've never seen a stripper with a gun. Whatever was so funny.
And I love Marley Shelton in this because I love her whole character, and I like Marley Shelton.
Is his name Freddie Rodriguez? Is that his name?
Yes.
Like I wouldn't know him. I wouldn't think of him as like an action star, but like I would buy it after watching this movie.
And I would buy him if I would buy a night with him. I'm sorry, but after this movie, but I wasn't thinking of like that. But and I liked what's his name? Thanos. My brain's dead.
Oh, Thanos.
Brolin.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin. Yeah, Josh Brolin.
That is him.
I love
it's
how
just
evil
fun.
he was. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't take itself too serious.
No, not at all.
Right. And it's funny. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Go ahead. I was just saying it didn't. Yeah, I felt like it didn't take itself seriously, but it still had like tension. It still had stakes.
It
to
delivered.
It. Yeah, that's fun. It was a fun movie.
Like we don't know how it works, a gun being attached to your legs and you just shooting off. You know what I mean? But guess what? It works in this movie.
It works.
Like sometimes it just doesn't matter. It just give it to me.
We'll let that go. And he honestly, after what happened to her in that car with Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell, she deserved this story. She deserved
to and that proved.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot that was sorry.
He fucked her up.
Yeah. And you're right. Judy Hicks, aka Marley Shelton, was good in this.
Yeah, she was.
I
like their poster they did with her, with just a one shot of her with that needle.
Yeah,
I tried to find it when I was in college. I could never find that damn poster. So I wish I could get my hands on
this movie. Should have came out in the summertime. Like I regret not seeing this in theaters. I remember I didn't get a chance to, but when this first came out, I bought it straight away. This and Death Proof. And I had like a little movie night with some friends, and I just like, damn, I wish I experienced this in theaters because it's so good. The way it looked, the way it shot, you know. It doesn't take us. It was perfect. And then like these zombies, they're like fucking melting and like they're disgusting, yo.
The
like
pus shooting got dude's tongue, and it shot it right at it shot it right at Josh Brolin's glass. So I'm like,
yeah. And the whole scene with Quentin Tarantino when he was fucking trying to go after Rose McGowan, and he's sitting there literally fucking dripping and melting off, and his junk is like so disgusted. So gross.
Wow.
So does this mean that Rose McGowan and Marley are Scream Queens?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because remember, Rose McGowan was also in Phantoms.
Phantoms. I love
Technically,
Phantoms. Yeah.
yes.
Leave Strieber. Yeah.
I would say so.
And Valentine.
Yeah, Mark Valentine. Yeah, she's
Okay.
Scream Queens. Yeah.
Let me see if they got the application so far. Okay. Next movie on the list is The Return.
Yes, God. Yes, God. Now this is a zombie movie that I can watch without, can I tell y'all I don't like really zombie movies, but you put this shit on, I'm like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. Because I love it. I just love the soundtrack. I love the 80s. I love the punk rockness of it all. And again, this elevated the zombie genre to a whole other level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so this is one movie I feel like I would say it stands the test of time. It does to me, but I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna try to put their grubby hands on and try to remake it. And I'm like, I can't see the Return of the Living Dead movie with like emo kids. I can't see it.
Didn't they announce that recently that they're trying to
remake it? They did. Bobby. You just reminded me, and I sat there in my brain. Yeah. Oh my God.
They don't need to do that. Like, I love
these
this
kids
movie.
don't even work physically anywhere. So where is the story going to be? Ain't nobody gonna be working at no mausoleum, whatever the hell that place was.
You'd be surprised. I have a lot of damn dudes who be hitting me up, and you sit there see them working happily in their suit in the damn
teenagers.
Yeah.
Teenagers got jobs.
Well, not teenagers, but like people around our age, about 5 years younger, hit me up talking about something.
Like,
hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh, so I see that you're a what you call them people, mortician. Okay.
Oh.
And then instead of punk rock kids, it's gonna be like social media kids.
God.
Oh yeah.
So,
influencers
with their fucking cameras and their cell phones, and oh my God,
you sound so old right now. We're just like the whole generation.
I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not happy if that's what they do.
Well, we gotta watch it and give our opinion on it, so we sit there and drag it. There'll probably be a drag watch though. You know what I'm saying? Like we just drag it the entire time.
It depends who does it. It depends who makes it. That's what it's gonna boil down to, and who's in it.
See, my favorite thing from this movie that I always took away from it was when they had the torso zombie strapped down and they asked her, why are you guys doing this? And then she was just like, eating brains makes the pain go away. And I felt like that was
Mike, do you want to repeat what she said?
I had to think about what you were talking about.
What he say, Bob?
When she was like, oh God, you built this up now. When she's like, the pain of being bred. That's the moment that I love.
Moving on.
So yeah, that's my favorite thing.
Okay,
but this is the one. They make plans. They tricking people. Yeah. Like this is the movie. I was like, oh, so it's not just slowly shuffling towards people and shit. Like they
fucking folks up. They fucking folks up left and right.
Cops, paramedics.
And then for around this time, this introduced like running zombies as well. So so that made it even 10 times scarier. And then again, the characters are fun. Like you might not like everybody, but they're all fun. They all have their own personalities, and a lot of their quotes are like quotable. So yeah, this movie, it has I just love it. It's one of my favorite zombie movies ever. I got it on my shirt. So it had to be on this list.
Okay. And before we get to our number one spot, everyone give me one honorable mention.
Oh shit.
Yes, Mark.
Go ahead.
Messiah of Evil.
That's a zombie movie?
I thought you said Shia LaBeouf.
What's that one about?
It's weird. It's like a surreal movie about this woman who goes to find her dad, and she ends up meeting this man, these two paramours of his. And there's one scene where one of the girls goes to, because everybody in town is like dead. And so she goes to the theater and she's watching this movie, and then as the movie cuts between her watching the film and the screen what she's watching, you see people are like sitting behind her. They're coming in, they're sitting right behind her. And as she's turning around, she realizes that at one point it's like a whole crowd of people that are behind her, even though she's in the front of the movie. So when she gets to try to leave, the doors are locked and they all like swarm her and just take her down. It's like just like tear her ass up. And it's so creepy. It's a creepy ass movie. Messiah Evil.
Okay. Mike, you ready?
Yes, I'm gonna go with the French zombie movie I was mentioned before we start recording, La Horde. It's basically cops versus, I don't know what the French call it, hoodlums. I don't know what they call their people there. It's two groups against each other in this high-rise building, but during a zombie apocalypse. So it's very fast-paced. People got to work together that would not normally. In fact, they want to kill each other before the shit starts. It is just very action-packed. You got to fight, like a full-on fight scene with a zombie and a person at one point. It's a really fun movie. And I don't hear people talking about it. La Horde.
La Horde. Okay, so we got to put that on our list then.
Bobby.
My honorable mention, I'm gonna go with Dead Alive, also known as Brain Dead. I remember when my uncle first introduced me to this movie, I didn't know what the fuck I was watching because it was just so much movie. I was like, what the fuck is this, man? Turn this shit off. But then I got into it even more. And it's about like, this woman and her son, they're at the zoo. She ends up getting bit by this like rat monkey thing or whatever, and it affects her. And long story short, she ended up affecting pretty much most of the people in the town. And everybody's turned into these like zombies. There's actually a zombie baby in here that's really cringe and disgusting. It's very cuckoo bananas, but it's really fun. It's gory, it's disgusting, it's fun, it's dark comedy, it's all of that. And I really suggest that everybody go check it out.
Yeah.
And it's called Brain Dead, or
Dead
it's
Alive.
not Brain. And you can't find it, if you can't find it by searching Brain Dead, type in Dead Alive.
Yeah. And Priest was kicking ass for the Lord.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
We love to see it.
Yeah. All right. So for me, I think I'm gonna go with One Cut of the Dead, because like that movie really just caught me off guard. So when I first saw the movie, it opens up as if it's kind of like this indie movie, and they're trying to make a zombie movie. And while they're making the zombie movie, a zombie attack happens. And like at first, it was just so weird. There's some stuff that I didn't fully understand, and then the movie ends. So I hopped on Letterboxd and I was just like, well, this was an okay movie. And then it starts. Then it fills you in. It dials back, and then you find out it's not really it's a movie about making a zombie movie. And then once the second half comes in, everything starts to make sense. And it's hard to explain, but it's hilarious. I love the fact that his wife was a method actor and she just took it to another level, almost trying to kill people. And it was a fun time. I love One Cut of the Dead.
Is it on Shudder?
It was when I watched it. I don't think it's on there anymore.
One Cut of the Dead?
Yeah. It's all done in one cut. I'm not a movie terminal. I don't know how to do it, but yeah. The camera don't cut away. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. My honorable mention is Sail with Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack and the little girl who played in that movie where she's not a little girl.
The Orphan.
Woman. Yeah, The Orphan. I thought this concept was really cool about the cell phone signal and how that sort of triggered everybody. The scene in the airport was really nice. And then I only can think of like two other scenes that were really stand out. But I thought this was a different one. A lot of people probably hasn't seen this. Have y'all seen it?
Yeah.
I read the book, but I heard the movie was
It got drugged. It got drugged
Yeah.
for dirt. It got drugged.
I want to read the book, but like, yeah, I sat down to watch the movie, and like the airport scene was fire, and then it just kind of whittled down from that. Like, I thought it was gonna be fire because I'm like, it got Samuel L. Jackson, it got Cusack. I remember they were in what is it, 1408 or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, I'm ready for this.
Yes.
I'm ready for this, and then no, it did not.
Listen, Samuel Jackson has been making these movies, right? He's a Scream King slick. What was he in?
Yes.
Deep Blue Sea, is that it?
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea, Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane.
He's a Scream King. Thank you, Samuel.
Yeah.
Okay. And now for what everyone's been waiting for. Sylvester, will you please announce what's in first place?
Okay, the number one movie that we have has shaped the zombie genre since it came out, and we have Train to Busan. Like,
yes, God.
I don't know anyone that don't like Train to Busan. I feel like it's just an all-around amazing movie. It came with emotion. It came with just like lovable characters, hateable characters, like really, really you needed them to die characters. And like, it's just fire. It's it follows this dad who basically is one of those workaholic dads. He has a kind of terrible relationship with his daughter right now and his ex-wife, to the point that he bought her 2 Wiis. That's how invested he is in her. He didn't even know he bought her that system before. So he's taking her to her mother's, and they get on a train, and slowly you start to see that the zombie apocalypse is happening, and it happens in the train. And it's just a whole different environment. I love when they take the zombie apocalypse and they put it in a confined area and it works.
Yes.
Like they did this with like something with Zombie on the Plane, but it didn't work. But this worked. This worked. And it's just like Korean zombies are on a whole nother level. And I love Korean zombie movies. And I just want to say that Peninsula is a fire movie. It just had the bad luck of being part 2 to Train to Busan.
I agree.
When we saw this movie, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. When I saw this movie with a group of friends at a cabin trip, we had a big theater. And again, I'm the horror head. So I went into the theater to watch it by myself, but everybody just started filing in there. And by the time the movie went off, people in there crying, upset, mad, it just these are people who don't like horror movies like that, and they were like, man, that was a good ass movie. I was like, yeah, because I was back there wiping my face like, yeah, it was. Because I'm just gonna go see it. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Shit,
it's still on Netflix, right? It has to be still on Netflix.
It should be like everywhere. I feel like it's been everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember
it's like on Tubi, and I think I've seen it on Tubi.
Joe Bob did the drive-in for it, and I feel like that gave it a lot more eyes when it was on Shudder.
And I'm typically not a subtitle watching person. So after watching it, I really, really, really enjoyed it. I appreciated it. So yeah. This has been so much fun, Sylvester. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with the Kings again.
Yes.
You know we love you. We'll send you your honorary crown one of these days.
Oh my God. Thank you. Yeah, I love y'all. I love hanging out with y'all. You guys are awesome. I love what you guys are doing. It's just amazing. So
we love what you're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I'm TaMon Kane. Oh, wait, before we do that, don't forget American Horror Stories, that episode with the drive-in theater and the zombies. I can't believe we didn't talk about that at all. Yes. However, we're out of time, but we love that. But I'm TaMon Kane. You can find me on X, Facebook, Instagram. Yes, and here on Scream Kingz with my fellow Conrads.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Sylvester Barzy. You can find me everywhere at Sylvester Barzy. I'm really not that hard to find. You guys don't know any other Sylvesters. Like, let's be serious.
Correct.
So Yeah, and you can go to www.sylvesterbarzy.com. Check out my books.
Yes. And I'm Bobby Torres. You can find me everywhere. Bobby Torres with a Z, not an S, X. Bobby Likes the Spooky, People Under the Scares, Scream Kingz, the Alter Tapes. And yeah, I'm there. That's it.
I am Michael. My handle on Twix and Instagram is at ThackerayBinks86. You can find me here on Scream Kingz and also on People Under the Scares podcast with Bobby above. Good day.
Elon gonna come for you.
Yeah.
I want Netflix now.
And I'm Marco Estes. You can find me at the Anti-Critic on Twix. And you can find me on Instagram at Midnight Social Distortion and Marco Estes. You can also find me on Blue Sky, Spill, and Threads under Marco Estes. And eventually, sometime soon, on TikTok, God help me. And also, you can find me on the Alter Tapes and Scream Kingz and my podcast, Midnight Social Distortion. So,
Yay!
Ooh, we survived.
We did. And remember, Screamers, when there's no more room left in hell, the dead shall walk the earth.
Over and